Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Here we are again. Again and again and again and again and something's wrong with the world today. Everybody knows it's right. I don't know, however the song goes. You know what I'm talking about. Good old Aerosmith. Let's hear it for Aerosmith. All right. Well, hello and welcome here to Operation Status Quo on a Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here. Great to be with you. As always, we made it through another week. Unbelievable. Next week's Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are making your plans out there and ready to take some time to yourself, for your family and such, and enjoy that week. I always really like Thanksgiving week, as I mentioned yesterday, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more as we go into next week, because next week will be the actual week when Thanksgiving takes place, right? So anyway, I am Pete Palma. I am your user-friendly host right here on Operation Status Quo, broadcasting live from the comfy confines of my very own home, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, this is Operation Status Quo, the place where we observe the status quo of life, where we learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. And that's what you got to do out there. You just got to pay attention to what's going on in the world, not get crazy about what's happening, and just do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And whatever's right for you, as long as you're being nice. I always want to reiterate that. Let's make sure we're nice to each other and respectful to others, even those that we don't particularly see eye to eye with, and not just because of a height differential, but also due to our basic beliefs and views as well. All right? So anyway, today is the 17th of November in the good year 2023, and today's program is entitled, ladies and gentlemen, Wash Yourself. That's right. You have to wash yourself. Wash yourself. What song was I just thinking of it? I think it was a Madonna song that was going through my head. I don't know. Anyway, let me stop before I'll take like 15 minutes to try to recollect a song that I want to add into my commentary. But anyway, I came across this information, as I do. I'm always kind of perusing the internet to see what might be fun for us to chat about here on Operation Status Quo. Because as I always say, we don't always have to be super serious. Sometimes we are, right, and sometimes we're not. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. I'm really in a singing mood today. But anyway, so I found some funny items, I guess you would say, or interesting items that some bad hygiene habits that are way worse than you thought. So I wanted to, being what Operation Status Quo is, a place where we observe what's happening in our world today, let's see how many of these factors are actually taking effect, excuse me, in our world today, and how many of you are engaging in some of these behaviors that might be detrimental to your own physical well-being, right, ladies and gentlemen? Because that's what it's all about. You got to take care of yourself before you could take care of others. And of course, this is mainstream media stuff where I pull this information from, so we always have to take things with a grain of salt and just have a little fun with it. But that's what we're going to do. I was going to say something else real quickly. Oh, yeah, one more time, because I said this yesterday on the onset of the show, and I'll say it again today. Another day where yesterday I had 14 views, 14 views of my show from yesterday, and then when I went back and looked at it today, it was down to no views again, and then it was back up to 3, I think, just before I came on here. So anyway, I don't understand. If anybody out there is like some sort of YouTube expert, I'd like to understand how that happens, and I can't imagine that I could be any kind of a target. I'm harmless. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just be honest. I'm harmless and useless. Come on, you're here. You've been here with me. You know this. I don't have to tell you this. Tell YouTube to go waste their time with somebody else, somebody who's really causing problems in the world. Hey-o. I'm just trying to bring smiles to children and adults alike. That's what it's all about here. Okay, so let's get into, so please, let's continue to fight the algorithms, and see if we can get this show expanded out across the platform, right? So like and subscribe and share, at least drop a comment, do something, even if you don't even watch a few minutes and then put a comment, a thumbs up. I don't know, do something, please, for God's sake. What are you doing out there? I'm working hard for you people over here every single day when I I come on to do this beautiful show for you, the beautiful people. No, you don't have to do anything back because this comes from my heart, and I'm just doing it for you out of love. All right? It's all about out of love. You don't have to do anything in return. It's not. I'm not looking for something back, except for subscribing and liking. I mean, that's really kind of innocuous. You don't have to do much. It does really help, and I do appreciate it. But I don't expect it. Some people that I watch on YouTube, when they get like a super chat or something, it goes, "Oh, I never expect it, but I always appreciate it." I'm that way with just somebody watching. Oh, I never expect somebody to actually watch, but I appreciate it if you do. All right, here we go. Let's get into some of these bad hygiene habits that are way worse than you thought. Here on a happy Friday on Operation Status Quo. Are you happy out there? Let me know how happy you are. Let me know what you're doing for the weekend. Put some comments in the comments for me. All right, here we go. Irregularly brushing or flossing your teeth. I mean, this is fairly obvious, right? If you abandoned your toothpaste and dental floss for a period of time, you might first experience some swollen, bleeding gums, bad breath, but eventually, of course, untreated cavities would travel to the nerve. You'd have your root canals and teeth falling out. I don't think I really have to read all this. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, irregularly brushing or flossing your teeth. I would think that most people, as adults at least, are aware of the issue that they should be brushing their teeth on a regular basis. How often do you brush your teeth, ladies and gentlemen? I also do the oil pulling, by the way, which is really good. I put the coconut oil, and I got a little recipe that I make there, and I do the swishing, for a good 20 minutes before I floss and such. So it helps to soften the plaque or any of that stuff on there and clean out. Plus, it's so antibacterial and antifungal in your mouth. A lot of germs and bacteria in the mouth, so it is good for that. So brushing your teeth is good, but you have to also be careful when you brush your teeth. You don't want to ruin your gums and everything by excessively brushing your teeth. But that's why I think the oil pulling is a non-intrusive way for dental care, ladies and gentlemen. I've been doing that myself for some time. It's really great, and I would recommend it to you. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer you. All right. Anyway, here's a good one. Rarely showering or bathing. Now, who's doing this? Unless you're homeless, I guess. I have no disrespect to the homeless people, but I could understand that it might be a little more difficult for them to catch a shower. But personal hygiene serves a more important purpose than just keeping body odor at bay. It's not just gross. It's not. Hold on. Here I go. You know what I do? Sometimes this happens to me. I apologize. I try to read like 6 sentences at once, and my brain just locks up. But soap and water can prevent acne, rashes, and life-threatening infections. So bacteria grows rapidly on the body. It has lots of dead skin cells, blah, blah, blah. I don't even think I need to get into this one anymore either. I mean, we're talking about the first two. We're talking about, think about this. Again, mainstream media. I just love it, right? This is the kind of stuff somebody's coming up with this crap to educate the population. But bad hygiene habits that are way worse than you thought. And the first two are not brushing your teeth and not taking a shower. I mean, these are, like basic things that you do every day unless something really happens that you are unable to, you know what I mean? But anyway, the next one on the list here is going to bed with your makeup on. I have had this problem back in the day when I would, like to put my makeup on before I went out to a club on a Friday night. And if I forget to take that eyeliner off, it's a real mess the next day. But ladies and gentlemen, especially for the ladies out there, the ladies and those who are confused, you want to make sure you get your makeup off. It could be messy and harmful, especially in your skin. I know it's like not washing your face daily can create clogged pores, which can not only lead to blackheads and pimples but uneven skin color due to overgrowth of skin cells. So you have to wash that crap off. First of all, makeup. I feel bad for the ladies out there because our society is structured in such a way to encourage them to have to beautify so much and do all this crap and makeup is all poison basically. I'm sure they got newer stuff. I know there's people out there who are looking for more holistic things nowadays. Maybe there are products out there that are made with natural I'm sure there's natural things to use for makeup that are not harmful, but just remember that they're a lot of times they're testing these products on little mice or something, and they're making them go blind and killing them to make sure that you won't die too quickly when you put the poison that they're giving you on your face. Infrequently washing your bedding. So when you piss or shit yourself while you're sleeping, it's probably a good idea to change your sheets the next day. Laundry is a chore some people try to avoid like the plague, but if you actually do, you're asking for trouble. And this doesn't just apply to clothes. Bed sheets that haven't been washed in months or longer become a petri dish of bacteria, fungus, and dust mites. Oh my goodness gracious. When did I wash my sheets last? Let's see. This is 2023. I moved here in 2021. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, listen, I like to feel really cozy. I'm sorry, I have a little itch. I have a little itch. I like to feel really cozy when I'm in bed, and how long can you go? I mean, really, you should change your sheets every week. I think, I probably do more like 2 weeks because I'm a guy and I'm lazy. But every week, some people go months. I guess. I mean, I can't lie that there have been occasions where I've gone about a month without changing my sheets. But at the same time, I sleep by myself, and I'm a clean sleeper. You know what I'm saying? I'm a clean sleeper. I'm a clean sleeper. So wash your bedding, people, for God's sake. Another thing too, especially if you're a single person, you never know. Some opportunity might pop up where someone may want to join you in your bed, and you don't want to have sheets that have been soaking in your sweat and body oils for 2 months when you bring someone home to engage in behaviors with you in the bed. Although, if you are going to do that, maybe you are better off waiting till after that before you wash the sheets, because if you put clean sheets on and then bring that mess in, you're going to have to clean them again, right? We have some drips and stuff when that stuff goes on, right? All right. Anyway, leaving your contact lenses in for days can be a poor hygiene habit actually as well. I mean, I've definitely heard of that. I do not personally wear contacts. People tell me all the time, man, why I got this itch right here on the side of my... I'm not picking my nose. I have an itch right here. Keeps coming up. Anyway, with the contact lenses, I was never into contact lenses for whatever reason. I'm a little, fidgety with the eyes. I don't like the idea of sticking my finger in there and put something in there and I got to take it out. And people have told me all the time it's not that bad. You get used to it and do. And I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure if I did it a few times, it would be fine. But, it's bad enough I have to wear glasses. It's at least they're on the outside of my eyes. I try to avoid sticking things into my eyes. Eyes, I don't know if you realize it or not, but they're fairly important to have your eyes. You don't want anything to happen to those. But so make sure you get those contact lenses out. Don't leave them in for days. What do they say here about overwearing of contact lenses, never clean property? Can I please read the sentence correctly? I appreciate you guys ingratiating me as I learn to read again. But anyway, wearing contact lenses for a week or longer can result in exponential increase in severe eye infections, including ulcers and such. Well, anyway, you get the idea. It's like the same thing as wearing dirty clothes or something. You got to take care of your business there with your eyes. Please, people, for God's sake, if you're not going to wash your sheets, at least take the contact lenses out. Don't go blind over it, because over being lazy and deciding that poor hygiene is something that you enjoy engaging in. So far, how are we doing on these? Do you guys shower? How often do you guys shower? How often do you change your sheets? Let's get into it and let me know what's going on. Not washing your bras or underwear regularly can also be a problem. I have to be honest. I never wash my bras. I just enjoy the feel of not only the bra upon my pectorals, but also the dirt within the bra upon my pectorals. It's really a beautiful thing. Underwear, I don't even wear it, so I don't have to worry about that. I mean, come on, your undergarments, for God's sake. Who's not washing? Tell me, please, are you out there? Are you washing your undergarments? Take a look right now. Do you have like stains in your panties and your underwear? What are you doing out there? I'm sorry, guys. It's gross. It's grotesque, and it's lowbrow humor, if it's humor at all. And I apologize for even trying to put it in the realm of possibility of it being humor. But please wash your bras and underwear regularly. So, it's like anything else. I mean, it's the same as doing the sheets, I guess, right? I mean, underwear is very personal, so it should be washed. All right. Another one here is sharing your toothbrush, razor, or hairbrush. I cannot imagine sharing my toothbrush. I know about the razor too. I've heard that before. I've never shared razors either. Obviously, the hairbrush, I probably don't have to worry about that one too much, so I'm in good shape there. But sometimes it's a good thing to be selfish, and personal grooming products products are a perfect example of a situation in which sharing is not necessarily caring. For instance, poor oral hygiene habits are bad enough. You certainly don't need the bacteria from someone else's mouth infecting yours. And the spread of infections is precisely what can happen if you use someone else's toothbrush. Oh my God, like, can you imagine? And shaving razors isn't much better, as it can not only spread skin infections like staph, but the practice can transmit viruses. That is, if you believe in viruses. That's a whole nother story we can go into, but that's not for today. Anyway, and they could put you at risk for lice and skin rashes as well. So you want to ensure that you're not sharing your, I mean, seriously, do you know anybody that's ever shared your toothbrush with somebody? Even if you're married or something, like, you wouldn't share your toothbrush with your spouse. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying, not that I wouldn't be grossed out by my spouse, but I mean, a toothbrush, like, unless you're like, really living paycheck to paycheck, and maybe you got a house full of kids and you're poor, and the whole family has to share one toothbrush. I mean, maybe it's a situation that occurs. Generally, toothbrushes don't tend to be overly expensive. I'm sure you can even probably get a couple free ones at the dentist. So I gotta understand that sharing your toothbrush, and the razor. I mean, I wouldn't do that either. So I don't want somebody's like all skin shit from their face like on me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. All right, reusing towels is another one. It's common to reuse the same towel after a few showers before tossing it in the laundry, but towels that have been used more than a few times or even once at the gym should be laundered right away. That's right, and they certainly shouldn't be shared, as they can easily harbor bacteria and bodily secretions. Ooh, the good old bodily secretions. What bodily secretions do you have going on in your towels? How long do I go with the towels? God, why is my nose itching? Is that what? No, I guess that means a fight, right? You guys want to go? Is that what it is? You guys want to you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? We could do it. Hey-o. Gosh. But anyway, reusing towels. My shower towel, I'm probably a little not the best with that. I probably do keep that for, a good week or so, because I just figure it's me drying myself off out of the shower, right? I'm clean. It's just drying myself off, and then I hang the towel and it dries. So I don't change my shower towel every day, that's for sure. But I do, like if I went to the gym, I don't really go to the gym now. I work out at home mostly, but when I use a towel for that kind of stuff, or even when I do my sauna over here, I put towels in my sauna so I don't have to clean up a pool of sweat, at the bottom of it when I get out. And those towels obviously will be laundered, as they said, immediately, because what am I going to do with a sweat-soaked towel, Not going to be able to use that again. I mean, these are just kind of common sense, practical things that you would think that in the year 2023 we know already. But walking barefoot in public showers, that can also be a problem. I mean, there's how much bacteria, and who knows who's pissing all over the floor in the public showers, or what the hell's going on in there. They make flip-flops and water shoes for a reason. When sweat, hair, and urine collect on shower floors, they can breed bacteria, fungus, and mold. Oh my God, it just sounds so disgusting. First of all, how many people are going to public showers, and how often are you going to public showers? Usually, when I was, if I ever went to a public shower, it's because I was. I can't even say it. I'm just joking around. I can't even make that joke. All right. Anyway, walking barefoot in the public showers. What was I going to say about that? I liken it to, honestly, because, from my yoga experience, do the hot yoga, and, the floor sometimes, be a lot of sweat all over the floor, and everybody's barefoot. So, I mean, I think that's why I got sick the one time when I went to this, the One Fire Yoga Festival in Bethesda, Maryland, back in 2017. And when I was there, I was part of the work study, it was like I was able to participate in the activities, but for a cheaper cost, because I, put some hours in to do some cleaning and help around, it was part of the package you could do. If I thought, yeah, it's worth it. This way I got involved. Not just to make it cheaper, but I thought it would be good to be involved. I wanted to offer help and meet people and be more involved with the group, so I thought it was good. But I did get sick when I came back from that trip, and I think to myself, there was that time when we had to, I had to go in there and help clean, and like there had to be like at least a good, quarter inch, just sweat across like the whole floor, like, and I'm barefoot, and, I'm wiping with towels, and it's on my, oh my God. I mean, it's really, I apologize. It's really disgusting. And it's not something I would choose to do normally, but I do notice that. I think about that sometimes in the yoga community, because, we're all barefoot and people are sweating all over the place. I mean, we mop the floors regularly, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I'm a kind of a believer in, like, I don't worry about that kind of shit so much, like, germs and dirt and stuff. I just figure what it doesn't kill you make you stronger. Like let the immune. Listen, I'm sitting here living, doing all this. Let the immune system do something. I'm making vegetable juices, doing saunas, trying to do things to stay healthy. Keep my body going, keep my immune system strong. So let the immune system work a little bit. Get a little staph infection or something, and let the body work. Reusing a water bottle without washing it, staying hydrated is important, but refilling your disposable plastic bottles too often or refilling your reusable bottle without washing it thoroughly can be as unhygienic as licking on your dog's toys. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I would think that your dog, when you have a wound or something, will come up and lick the wound, right? And it's like I thought there was healing properties in the dog's mouth. So I mean, I've shared. I don't even have a dog, but I would share a toy with my dog. Maybe for one of those ropes that you put in the mouth and play tug of war, or I put the other end in my mouth and he puts the end in his mouth, and back and forth with each other, right? So, but I reuse my water bottle. I mean, I rinse them, but I don't use plastic. I have metal water bottles. I'm really not much for drinking out of plastic. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Because you're getting all those pollutants that are, being sucked into the water. So let's see what else we hear. Not washing your produce is another one. How important is it to rinse those apples you bought from the fruit stand? Pretty darn important. It turns out ingesting the bacteria on unwashed fruits and veggies can give you food poisoning, and consuming the pesticides on some of these foods can raise your risk of serious conditions. Well, I mean, I don't know how much you can get away from some of the pesticides and stuff. I mean, everything's grown this way. I mean, unless you're getting organic, I don't know, whatever. And the shit is sprayed with this stuff and everything. I think it's more infused within the molecules of the food itself. Like, I don't even know if rinsing it off is going to wash them, but you can wash them. Especially, I used to use this veggie wash stuff, and I would soak everything and wash. But you really can use, like, honestly, like baking soda, I believe. Like, you can rinse your vegetables, not baking powder, right? Baking soda, and you can. It's the same thing, like an alkaline, kind of clean it off. I'm that way too. Just like I said about let my immune system do some work. I mean, I rinse my vegetables before I use them, and that's basically just what I do. I just put them under the sink and give it a rinse, and I'll rub it, so I just give it a good rub, and if I'm like a beet or something, or a lemon, I'll just rinse it and rub it out. That's a whole nother story. I don't know if that applies to hygiene. Let's see, how many more of these we got? Just a few more. I want to see. Okay, yeah, we got like 3 more. Let's get through these then for you guys out here. We got not washing the produce, not caring properly for eyelash extensions. Can't really speak on that. Yes, I do not wear eyelash extensions, although I did make the joke earlier about putting my makeup on my eyelashes, but I do not wear my eyelash extensions. But ladies, if you're out there, or ladies, or people who are trying to be ladies, whatever works for you, there's various degrees of toxicity when the glues get into the eye. So you want to make sure that you're properly caring for that stuff. Why do people want to do this kind of shit to themselves? Like eyelash extensions, hair braids, and hair extensions, and everything's like hooked up. And don't you just want to be free and be your body? Why are we putting all this apparatus on to look good? As I was saying earlier, that I felt bad. I must have went off on my tangent and didn't really finish that point. The poor ladies out there with the makeup, it's like all this work they have to do all the time to look beautiful. Ladies, you're beautiful on your own. You don't need all this bullshit. You don't need Botox and fake boobs and, I don't know, whatever, hip implants and whatever the frig the kids are doing today. You don't need any of it, all right? Just be you. You got to be you. Be true to you, too. So the next one is leaving tampons in too long. I've had this experience personally because I don't have a vagina. I have to put the tampons up my butt, and that does get to be a bit uncomfortable, especially after 4 or 5 days. But I'm sure you ladies out there, or those trying to be ladies, Got to make sure we include everybody in today's world. You want to make sure that you're taking care of that tampon. I mean, I can't imagine why you. I mean, I can't. Poor women with all this crap, right? I just mean, like, even like a tampon, you got to shove something up there, and it's got to be up there all day for days. I mean, is that uncomfortable? I would think it's uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, wouldn't you just want to put the pad? Maybe is that easier? I don't know. Maybe we can have a whole tampon discussion one day. I'm open to letting people, express good thoughts and ideas for the community. So, but don't leave those tampons in too long. I think there's a story here. It says once a woman left her tampon in for 3 years and she died. So be careful about that. Some people get lazy, I guess. You figure, well, I'm going to have another period next month. I might as well just leave this thing in. Pull it out a little bit. Oh yeah, there's still some space on this. It can still absorb a little bit more. We'll just leave it up in there. All right, never washing your hair is another one that can be is poor hygiene that can lead to damaging your hair. If you don't wash your hair ever, even first your scalp will start to smell. Oh my God, you have a smelly scalp out there, people? Oh my gosh. Eventually bacteria will start to collect and clog in your hair follicles. Oh my gosh, which could even lead to an infection. Buildup of oils could cause skin infections, dandruff. Oh my gosh, eventually without any washing at all, your hair could stop growing. Maybe, but I used to wash my hair every day, so I don't understand why my hair stopped growing because I was washing my hair. Maybe I overwashed it and I washed it right. I'm going to wash my hair right off of my head. I'm going to wash my hair right off of my head. And maybe that's what happened. All right, here's the last one on the list today, ladies and gentlemen, using your kitchen sponge for too long. This is the same as the tampon in a way, right? It's like, because they're both kind of sponge things. But anyway, we all know this too. The bacteria builds up on the sponge and such. It's moist, it's wet, it's water, it's dirt that you're washing stuff with. And then it sits there and it continues to, grow shit on it, so you don't want to use your sponges for too long. Let's say it's easy to lose track of how long you've been using the same sponge, but you could be making yourself sick with the very thing you should be using to help protect you. A dirty sponge can spread salmonella, E. coli, oh my God, among other nasty substances. In fact, the average dirty sponge may be even more toxic than your toilet. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? To avoid food and sponge borne diseases, replace them frequently. I don't use my dish. I have a bunch of sponges, so I change it out. But sometimes I would even to try and make them last a little bit longer, because I don't use the dishwasher so much anymore. I used to use before I moved, I used my dishwasher more regularly. But since I moved, and I keep planning to move again, I don't really have a lot of things that I need to wash. Plus, I'm a single guy, right? I'm by myself, so it's easy to wash one dish and one fork and all that kind of thing. So I just kind of change the sponge out. But if you want, you could put the sponges or your wash rags, you could put them in the dishwasher, and let them get it cleaned a little bit, so maybe you can use them again. So there you go, just some helpful thoughts. But you know how it goes with sponges anyway. How many times can you really use them? They start to break apart, and you don't really get the scrubby side of it kind of starts to deteriorate, so you can't even really scrub the way you would like to. So it's not worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Just change those sponges, change your tampons, wash your hair, take a shower. For God's sake, do something out there and stay clean in a world full of filth and disease. What are you doing to stay clean? Let me know in the comments below. Hey-o. All right, well, that's what I got for you here today on Operation Status Quo, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I appreciate your time to be with me here today. I hope you found this information helpful, or at the very least tolerable to get through. All right, so if you haven't done so already, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, those you despise as well. As you well know by now, I love each and every one of you individually as well as a group. God bless you out there. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back with you on Monday. Until then, Operation Status Quo, disengaged.